Hi everyone, and welcome to your short 15-minute prenatal Pilates and stretch session today. Now, it's important to remember that even though prenatal Pilates is one of the safest forms of exercise that you can do during your pregnancy, if you have any contraindications to exercise during your pregnancy, it is best to check with your health practitioner or your doctor before you start the session. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start from an all fours position today. So coming onto all fours with your shoulders stacked over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide so you feel rooted down into the mat, so you're not slumping into your joints here. And we're going to coordinate our breathing with our cat-cow stretches. So as we take a nice big inhale through the nose, we expand sideways through the ribs as you lengthen through your spine, with the crown of the head and the tailbone slightly lifting towards the ceiling. As you exhale, I want you to press your hands into the mat, round your spine like an angry cat here. So really pushing the back of the ribs here up towards the ceiling. Inhaling through the nose, expand through the rib cage. As you exhale, exhale through the mouth, through pursed lips. So there's that exhalation with intention here as you gently pull bump and baby in towards your lower spine. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, rounding. And feel free to go at your own pace here. Don't need to set the pace necessarily to a certain pace, so just really go with the flow of the breath, coordinating it with the movement. Let's do that one more time here. Inhaling, lengthening. As you exhale, hug bump and baby in. Engage the back passage of your pelvic floor and draw in and up and hold. Please keep breathing here. We're just going to hold that engagement for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently release to a neutral position. A neutral position is the crown of the head reaching forward and your sitting bones reaching backwards here with a soft curve in your lower back. Taking an inhale, as you exhale, you're going to slide the right arm and left leg long, coming into your bird dog. Make sure the hips remain level here. Your gaze is just looking towards the top of your mat. And you're really lengthening through the fingertips and the toes. Taking an inhale, and then exhale, slide the hand and the knee back down. Inhale, prepare, exhale. Left arm, right leg. Engage the right glute. Make sure you're still pressing the ground away. Taking an inhale, and then exhale as you release back down. We're going to do that twice more on each side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale. And then exhale, release. We've got one more on each side. Really, really standing strong here. Gently pulling bump and baby in. And then down. Other side, left arm, right leg. Inhale. And then exhale, release. Bring your knees wide. Big toes together, sitting in a wide child's pose. Reach those arms out in front. So you have enough room for your bump here. And as you draw yourself forwards, you're going to engage your glutes and come into a semi-upward dog. So I squeeze my glutes here to protect my lower back, and I squeeze my shoulder blades together. I'm going to keep this dynamic, so I'm going to sit back again, and then coming back forward. Let's do that twice more. Sitting back, opening up those hips slightly, and then reaching forward. And then one more time, sitting back, and then driving myself forward. Lovely. Coming back onto all fours. Let's stretch those wrists a little bit, add some mobility here. So externally rotate your arms so your fingers are facing in towards your knees here, and gently rocking forwards and backwards. So we want to keep the heels of the palms on the ground here. So just a gentle stretch through those wrist extensors. And then from here, turning those fingers back. And then we're going to lift up onto all 8 fingers here, so my fingers stay fully on the ground, and then I release the heels of the palms back down. So I'm lifting up, and then down. Lifting up, and then down. One more time, up, and then down. Turning the fingers out to the sides, gently rocking from side to side. Again, I'm being very careful I'm not collapsing into my shoulders, so I stay in this active position, pressing away. And then from here, I start to draw little circles. So my body weight is coming forward of the wrists and behind the wrists. Forward and behind. Change direction. Twice more. And then releasing those hands back. I'm going to come onto my side now. So I've got my right knee bent and my left leg long. Just going to add a little bit of a dynamic side bend. So as I exhale, I'm reaching my right arm up and over and then releasing down. Exhaling. And I really want to use my arm as an extension into that stretch. So I'm really feeling the stretch from my hip all the way down my arms into my fingertips. We've got 2 more here. And then last one. Then we're going to take our arms out in front. And then we're just going to rock forwards and backwards into this adductor stretch. Your adductors are your inner thigh muscles here. And if it's uncomfortable on the back foot, just tuck your toes under. Rocking forwards and backwards. And obviously, the further you rock backwards, you're going to feel that stretch a little bit more here. Steady breathing. Last one here. And then we bring ourselves forward. And then we're going to take our left arm up here, reaching up on your inhale. As you exhale, thread the needle. Inhaling, so this is really getting into our mid-spine now. Longest region of our spine, the thoracic spine, where there's limited range of movement, but it's often an area that gets very tight. So we're just adding some mobility into that area. And then releasing down. Let's switch the legs. So from here, we'll start with our dynamic side bend. As we exhale, bringing the arm up and over. Remember to really stretch all the way through to the fingertips. Twice more. Exhale. Lovely. Hands in front. Tuck the back toes under if you need to. And then you're gently rocking forwards and backwards. Might feel slightly different on this side. You can use your arms as support here. And then bringing yourself a bit more forward. Inhale, right arm goes up. Exhale, threading it through. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Breathing in. And wrapping it through. We've got one more here. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Lovely. Let's bring ourselves into a half kneeling position. So I'm going to bring my left foot forward. So you can see a right angle to my knee and a right angle to my knee here. So going to get into a little bit of the hip flexors here, which can also get quite tight. So I'm going to tuck my tailbone under slightly. And then I'm going to slide my hips forward very, very, very slowly so that I feel the stretch in my right hip flexor. So from here, I'm going to reach my left arm down, and then my right arm goes up, and then I reach long over to my left-hand side. So as if I'm trying to reach the floor on my left, and then reach over to the opposite wall with my right fingertips. Taking a nice big inhale here. Exhale it all out. Keep driving the hips this way. And then turn it into a twist. And be very gentle with twists during pregnancy. You might not need to twist that far, rotate your spine that far. Just go to where feels comfortable and where you can control the movement. Taking a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, release. Now, 2 ways to do the hamstring stretch here. You can extend the front leg and then bring the hands down. If there's no room available, then you can sit more upright and bring your hands to your hips to stabilize your hips. Whichever position you choose, toes up towards your face, and then you can hinge forward slightly with a nice long spine here. And as long as you feel the hamstring stretch and possibly into your calves as well. Taking a deep breath in here. Exhale it all out. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper if you need to. Deep breath in. And then exhale it all out. Slowly hinge back up. And let's switch over to the other side. So the right leg goes in front. Slight tuck of the tailbone here. And I drive my hips forward until I find that stretch in my hip flexor. When I've done that, right arm down, left arm up. And then I come into a little side bend here. So I'm really feeling that all the way through into my hip flexor here, even into my quad, because I am engaging that glute on that side. Deep breath in. As you exhale, turn it into a twist. Again, just be mindful of the degree of rotation that you take. Make sure you're comfortable here. Taking a nice deep breath in. And then exhale, release back to center, extending that front leg, toes up, hands can be down if that's uncomfortable for your bump, hands on your hips, make sure they're level, hinge forward. Again, make sure you adjust as necessary to feel the stretch in the calf and in your hamstrings. Couple of deep breaths here. Sinking in deeper if you need to, if you want to feel that stretch a little bit deeper. One more inhale. Exhale, hinge back up. And let's come into a downward dog. Hands shoulder width apart, tuck the toes, and then lift those hips up and back. Now wrap the elbows, the triceps, and your armpits in towards your midline, and then push the ground away with intention here through your hands. So that will give you that lovely stretch through your spine. And then you can pedal the feet, so bending into one knee, bending into the other knee as you wish. Couple more. And then slowly walk the feet wide towards your hands into this sumo squat stance. I prop my forearms onto the thighs here, so I feel quite sturdy in this position. Relaxing the neck, relaxing my head here. And just taking a couple of deep breaths in through the nose. As you exhale through the mouth, I want you to engage your pelvic floor muscles. So drawing in and up to about a level 2 or 3 if you can. And every time you inhale, I want you to release your pelvic floor muscles. So every exhale to contract, draw in and up. Inhale, release. We're going to do that one more time. Exhale. And inhale, release. Drop the head completely. Start to tuck your tailbone. And as you exhale, you are slowly rolling up through your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. The head is last to leave the body here. Big shoulder roll as you come to standing. Final bit, just for your shoulders and for your neck stretches as well. You're going to bring your right wrist over to your left hip. So you're just hooking it onto the side here. Keep drawing that right shoulder down away from the ear, and then drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Just nice, steady breathing here. Taking an inhale. And then exhale, release back to center. Let's go to the other side. So I grab hold of my right wrist, drop that left shoulder slightly, and then drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Taking an inhale. And then exhale, release back to center. A couple of shoulder rolls backwards, just to loosen up, and then forwards. And there you have your short 15-minute prenatal Pilates session. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat soon.